G'day, y'all. Today you're unfortunate to hear my ugly voice to discuss the new commander skills that are be happening within the recent update of World of Warships upgrade, or update I should say, 10.0. As such, things are changing for the skills. When I log into the system, this is what I'm seeing coming up with my commander default. This is something that Wargamer assumes that because of what I have on my skills for my commander, this is what I should have for my commander of this ship, in this case the Asashio. And let's just say that no, I would not want to have that skill per se. For some reason they're recommending a lot of things, and in my opinion they're not really going to be doing well with that. What it should look like is this instead. This is what I have changed the skills to be, and basically it's to go over is that you should have basically, in my opinion, in this order, you should have preventive maintenance, which reduces the risk of losing a module. Next thing would be last stand, which is a 2-point skill, and that will sustain your speed in case you do get hit and lose a module or lose your engine. The next one would be fill the tubes, which is a skill 3 instead of a skill. Well, it is a skill 3 because that's what it was out of the old system. So that will reduce your torpedo reload by 10%. The last 4 for the 10 points basics is concealment, because you want to have that with this destroyer. After that, I would go with Adrenaline Rush, and of course that is, it moved from a class 2 skill to a class 3, so it's 1 point more. For the next 2 skill points, I would get Liquidator and Consumable Specialist. And to go over that is basically there are 2 extra skills to bring up your your commander up to 21 points. And to get that up to the 21 points, it will take, for example, you'll see here, it will say I will need an extra 829,000 for the elite commander. So in a way it's grinding like anything else, but I think those extra 2 points are going to be worth it for that. The reason being is that if you look at the Liquidator skill, you can see what it does is increasing the flooding. With the combination of 2 single flags, the Juliet Whiskey Una 1 and the Victor Lima flags, you can see that the flooding will go from, instead of having 19%, it will now go up to 49%. So that will make it very lethal for the Asashio. Now going over to the next point, the 21st point, would be the Consumables Specialist. What is actually needed out of that is the last item that is listed there. Torpedo Reload Booster Consumable. It will reduce it by 10%. So previously, without this skill, my commander will do a reload in 100 seconds for torpedo tubes, which would be about 1:40, and the new reload time, if I had the skill, would be 90 seconds, which would be 1:30, which would make this ship rather nasty. It doesn't dump out the torps like the Venom or like the Benson, but it does sent out its own version of torpedoes in a real quick timing as far as increasing against the battleships and the CVs. In regards to equipment, or upgrades, I should say, not equipment. In regards to upgrades, basically this is what I have for upgrades. And to go over those is basically main armaments modification 1. You want to protect those torpedo tubes from going out. Again, guns are nice, but guns are not always used for Japanese destroyers. But, you know, at least that will help you also protect the guns too. The other one, the next item over, is engine boost modification 1, because the Asashio is a very slow ship, and when you use your engine boost, you're going to need it, and the longer your engine boost goes, that can help you out. It may get you the win as far as being in the matches. You're going to have to spend coal for that. I think it's around 16, 17k of coal. It's worth the price to pay for that. You get that out of the armory. Next piece of equipment is torpedo tubes modification 1, because you're a torpedo boat. You can see the benefits out of that. You get an increase of torpedo speed. This is where you bring it up to 78 knots. You also will have a faster traverse speed for your torpedoes as far as aiming goes. Again, torpedoes now are 20 kilometers instead of 16 kilometers or 12 kilometers. So it's going to the full distance of your torpedo tubes, or your torpedo distance. So there are no penalties there. And then, of course, it reduces the incapacitation of your torpedo tubes. So with the combination of the minus 20% for the main armaments 1, the torpedo tubes modification 1 is an extra 40%, so that's minus 60%. So that's a benefit there. Next item to get is propulsion modification 1. It helps out when you're either slowing down from a capture or even slowing down so that you, if you're stopped behind an island, you know, if you're capturing behind an island, or if you're in a smoke screen, to speed up rather quickly, that helps you out in that regards. So it's a benefit that you have that. And the last one, of course, is concealment. This is where you have your concealment brought down to 5.4 kilometers. Next item to go over is signal flags. Now, the signal flags can be whatever you choose. However, I find out that this is helpful as far as the Asashio in matches. And I find out that if you could get to the flooding, do it and try to increase the chances. So you can see the Juliet Whiskey Uno 1 and the Victor Lima up at the top. Next is the Sierra Mike for speed, because you want the speed. Last one is Julia Charlie as far as the detonation, because that will ruin your chances of surviving in the match. After that, it's a question of economics of what you would like to get, like Zulu, which will increase your money per match. I like the Zulu Hotel, which increases the commander skills up, because that's what I'm going to need to get up to 21 skill level. Free XP and with the Papa Papa, that's just adding in to extra bonuses on top. Sometimes that works out, sometimes it doesn't. Next thing to go for is Wyvern, which is an economic flag. I like to use my economic flags for premium ships, because you will get a bonus out of the premium ships when you finish with matches. And the last one is Oberos, which is again another free XP single flag to boost up the return of the free XP. Of course, all this is optional to how you feel playing. Not all flags are going to be usable for the Asashio, but this is what I use, and I get a pretty good result out of that. Next item is Camouflage. Now, there are two different versions of the Asashio. There's the regular Asashio that you could get out of the premium shop, and then they have Asashio Black. Now, you may get this out of sale, or you may get this out of a holiday container, a Christmas container. I'm not even sure if they will put it up in for the World of Warships anniversary containers. But if you are able to get an Asashio Black, besides it being another Asashio in every way, it looks cool because it has the black paint for the ship. However, getting back to the plain Asashio, I use the mod station filter, camouflage filter, to decide what is needed for either the requirements of mission directives or what I am trying to achieve into getting the returns out of matches. Now, sometimes it's not always going to be the same, and you use what you have. And there are times that I'm getting so many camouflages that I can't use them all up at one time. But, you know, it's, as you can see from the camouflage filter, you could either pick for certain types of things like credits from battle, XP from battle, commander XP, free XP. And it'll tell you which camouflages are good for that, and it will adjust from that. Now, you can also see out of this, it'll show percentages. And there's a yellow dot that goes along with the percentages. And, of course, the color code goes along with what the filters you're going to be using out of the mod station. And this is a close-up of what the mod station looks like. So you can see all the different credits and how you would like to use what types of filtering. And this is, in this case, I decided to go with filter by XP. So these are all the camouflages it came up with for the XP. And of course, when I clicked on the detail, you can see all the percentages that it will give you, whether it decrease your detectability, increase the enemy dispersion, whether you get returns economically or returns from commander experience. So that's, if you installed the mod station, you can see this once you get that into the port for the ship. Now at this point, I'm going to show you how the changes are happening with the Asashio in a battle, random battle that is, in a match.
優勢になりました。優勢になりました。
stations, concentrate fire on the target. Proceed to the Bestätiger. Attention, reporting the target position.
勢になりました。優勢になりました。
Concentrate fire on the target. Proceed to the Bestätigung. Attention, reporting the target position.
我が軍の勝利は目前です。